Hola clase. Today I'm going to show you how to create your flashcards to conjugate in the preterite form. We have chosen two sets of flashcards and I've color coordinated them because we're going to conjugate AR verbs and we're going to conjugate ER-IR verbs. Now the ER-IR verbs conjugate equally in the preterite tense. Thus I'm using only two colors and not three colors for ER, AR, and IR. So let's go ahead and start out with the AR. I want you to take one card and we're going to do the pronouns first. You're going to write I right in the middle of the card, and then you're going to turn the card over, and on the left margin in the middle you'll write yo, which is the pronoun, and then the ending, which is a with an accent mark. So you have yo, a with an accent mark. You're going to do the next card. We're going to write you in the middle, and I want you to write you informal. Informal. Or you can also write familiar. Sometimes people call that form the familiar form. And on the back, you're going to turn it over, and in the left margin, you're going to write tu with an accent mark, and then you're going to write aste. So we have tu and aste. Go ahead and put that off to the side. Grab another card. We're going to do the next pronoun, and that's going to be he. Go ahead and write he, turn it over on the left side in the margin. And it's very important that you put it exactly in the spots that I put it. So we're going to write he, which is el with an accent mark, and I'm going to write o, and the o has an accent mark as well. Okay? Go to the next card. We're going to go she. Then on the back of the card, turn it over. Now this is right in the middle of the card. Turn it over, and we're going to go ahead and put ella, and then O with an accent mark as well. So I have ella and then O with an accent mark. We're going to go ahead and do another one in the singular form, which is you, and this time it's going to be a formal you if I speak formally to somebody. So that in Spanish is usted. Now I would like you to put the abbreviation because sometimes you'll see the usted form in abbreviated fashion, and then go ahead and write an O with an accent mark. Let us continue. We're going to go ahead and do the plural forms of the pronouns. We're going to start off with we in the middle of the card. We'll turn that over and have nosotros, and then we'll go amos. Now it's very similar to the present tense, so it's all about context. Nosotros bailamos ayer, for example. It's all about context. We'll go ahead and do the next one, which will be, we'll call it you guys. You could say you all. And we'll put informal or familiar. We're also going to put on the bottom left Spain, because this use of the you guys is primarily used in Spain. And what that looks like is vosotros okay. It's astes, A-S-T-E-I-S, no accent mark. We'll go ahead and do the formal form of you guys, which is more common in the Americas as formal and informal, but we'll just write formal. And on the back of this, it looks like this, ustedes. You can also do the abbreviated fashion to help you, ustedes, and then it's going to be Aaron. Ustedes, and then Aaron. We'll go ahead into the next one, and this is going to be they, and let's turn that over. On the back side it looks like this, ellos, Aaron, so A-R-O-N. We're going to go ahead and do this. It's going to be the last pronoun, which will be they, and I want to clarify this one. I want to put all girls. All girls. So if I turn that over, it's going to be ellas, and it's also going to be Aaron. Now I'm going to go ahead and do verbs. We just finished the pronouns. We'll set those off to the side. Let's take another card, and we're going to do our first verb. So we're going to write in the middle of it, listened. Now this is past tense, so we're going to write the form of listened only. On the back side of the card, we're going to write the root of the word, escuch, and then ad. So you can see the entire word escuchar. So it's listened and escuchar. We're going to do one more verb just to show you how to do the verbs, but you can do as many verbs as you want in this same fashion. And in this case, we're going to use the word worked. So I have worked. Over on the back side, I have trabajar. So I have the root on the bottom middle, and then over on the side, ar. So I have worked and listened. Now I'm going to take my pronouns. This is how to use them. I have my pronouns and my verbs. I'm going to put them together and say, they listened. How do I say that in the past tense? Ellas escucharon. Now I can go ahead and mix it up and do another pronoun. Let's go you formal. You listened. Well, how do I say that? Usted escuchó. Ayer escuchó música. Usted. Okay? Now I could change verbs if I wanted to. I could say she worked. How do I say that? Ella trabajó. Ella trabajó. So these are the different ways of forming conjugations. Now once again, you can add as many verbs as you would like to this list. Now I have them color-coded because I have made a set of cards with AR verbs, and now I'm going to make a set of cards with ER and IR verbs. Now I only have one color representing ER and IR verbs because in the preterite tense, the conjugation is exactly the same. Excelente. So let's go ahead and start out by doing all of the pronouns. I'm going to go ahead and take the pronoun I, and in the middle of the card, write I. On the back of the card, I'm going to go ahead and write the conjugation, the pronoun yo, and then I'm going to go ahead and write an I with an accent mark. So it's very important that you put the words that I'm showing you in these spots, the left margin and on the bottom left corner, exactly where I've placed them. Let's go ahead and take another card. It's going to be the pronoun you, and then underneath that, let's go ahead and write informal or familiar. Now, the reason why I wrote that is because there are two ways of saying you. This way, you would say tú, and make sure you keep your accent mark over the U. And then on the bottom, you're going to write iste. You're going to iste. Okay, the next pronoun is also you, but I have written formal because there are two ways of saying you. Tú, and as you could see, usted. I also want you to write the abbreviated form, and then you must include the ending I-O with an accent mark over the O. Let's go to the next pronoun. The next pronoun happens to be he. Write it in the very center of the card. On the back of the card, you're going to write él in the left margin in the middle with an accent mark. And then once again, you'll write the combination I-O with an accent mark over the O. Let's go ahead and do the next one, which is going to be she. We'll write down she. If you turn that over, we're going to write ella and then I-O again. Once again, the O has an accent mark above it. Let's go to the plural forms of the pronouns. The plural form we'll start off with is we. If we take we, flip it around, we're going to write nosotros, and then you're going to write imos. There's no accent mark. Nosotros and then imos. We'll go on to the next pronoun. As you could see, I wrote you guys, and I put familiar and informal. Some people call those differently. But I also put an asterisk mark and wrote the word Spain because this use is primarily used in Spain. And what that is vosotros. Go ahead and write out vosotros and the ending I-S-T-E-I-S, istes. Go ahead and put that off to the side. The next pronoun you will be using is also you guys. Now, you'll go ahead and write formal, even though this is primarily used as formal and informal in the Americas, but on the back side, you're going to go ahead and put ustedes, and you can also abbreviate it, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and write the ending, which happens to be I-E-R-O-N. We're going to go to our second to the last pronoun and write they. Go ahead and write they in the middle. On the back left, you're going to write ellos, and then ieron as well. Okay? And then the final pronoun, we're going to go ahead and write they, except we're going to put all girls, because we want to clarify all girls, the use of it. So all girls, and then we're going to write ellas, and then ieron, just like we wrote before. So we have all of our pronouns for the ER, IR, preterite verb flashcards. Let's go ahead and create a couple verbs. Let's do an ER verb. So we're going to write ate, because the verb eat, in the past tense, I ate. We're going to go ahead and turn that around and simply put comer. So we have comer. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do another ER verb. We're going to go ahead and do the verb run. So I would say ran. I ran, you ran. On the back, we're going to go ahead and put cor and then rer, correr. Okay? Now we're going to go ahead and do a couple IR verbs to show you. We have an ER verb, ate, comer, and read, leer. We're going to do two IR verbs. The first one we're going to do is lived. For example, I lived in Sacramento. On the back side, on the very bottom, I'm going to write the root and then the ending. So I have be, beer, be, beer. Okay? I'm going to do another IR verb, and I'm going to write the word wrote, like I wrote a book. Once again, it's the preterite form active in the past tense. On the back, on the bottom, I'm going to write escrib and then ir. So I have two IR verbs and two ER verbs. In any case, the conjugations are the same, so I can put them together. It's one color, and I can grab any pronoun and any verb, and I have they wrote. Ellas escribieron. Well, let's go ahead and switch it up a bit and put you guys informal, based in Spain. You guys wrote. Vosotros escribisteis. Well, let's say we wrote. Nosotros escribimos. Let's go ahead and change out the verb and put we lived. Nosotros vivimos. Now we can also pick an ER verb. For example, comer, ate. We ate would be nosotros comimos. And we could replace pronouns and say she ate, ella comió. So with all of these conjugations, we have an accurate use of the pronoun and the verb to get the correct conjugation. Buena suerte.